Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. We are going to do about a 1-hour class focusing on opening up the hips and some twisting. So definitely a lot of releasing. There might be some stuff that comes up for you, let it come up. Know that there is release, right? We hold a lot of stuff in our hips. When we twist, there's lots of releasing happening. So again, let it come up. Hopefully you work through some stuff today. I'm going to be using some yoga blocks as my props. If you don't have blocks, you can also use a stack of books or water bottles or anything kind of remotely shaped like this, I guess, if you need support underneath your hands. Also, always an option to use a blanket or a towel if you need support underneath your knees. We won't be on the knees too much today, but definitely take that if you want. And we will go ahead and get started. Lay on your back with the soles of your feet together, knees wide. In yoga, we say Supta Baddha Konasana. So Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. I'm taking the blocks underneath my knees, my thighs for a little support. If you want, you can take that as well. You don't have to have them there, but they're nice. They're nice little support so that you have something to kind of relax onto. The legs are open out onto something. Close your eyes. Maybe taking your hands to your hip points or to your belly as you find a little release. With the eyes closed, start to take some deep breaths in and out of your nose. And as you settle into your mat, into your space, into your body, just start to focus the attention on the hips, on the inner thighs, trying to open them up. Feel them relax. There's no work here. You're just letting the pose do the work for you. And connect to the sound of your breath. Let it bring you into this present moment, right here, right now. And again, just feeling the opening of your hips for one more breath, softening somewhere, maybe the face, maybe the jaw. And then you'll leave your left leg as it is in this kind of half butterfly shape, the half Supta Baddha Konasana. And take your right knee into your chest and grab for, maybe it's just the outer right shin, or even the back of the right knee pit, or even the side of your right foot, coming into a half happy baby. Now it's the beginning of class, so this might be a little bit tight, and that's okay. So maybe take a softer variation. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the back of my knee pit here. You're just giving a gentle opening of the hips. The right foot is still flexed up towards the ceiling, pulling the right knee down and wide as you let your left leg continue to open up so that the hips, the inner thighs are still getting that stretch. And you're just breathing into whatever you're feeling here for one more inhale. One more exhale. And then gently release that right side. Take your feet back so that they're touching. The knees are wide, back to Supta Baddha Konasana. And switch sides. Left knee comes into the chest, half happy baby on the left side. Maybe it's a modified variation. You can grab the back of the knee, the shin, the ankle, the side of the foot even. Lots of options here, but again, no need to push right now. Just at the top, you're just beginning to open up the hips. Inner thighs, just breathe into the stretch. Keep pulling the knee down and wide, kind of towards the outer left armpit as you flex your left foot up to the sky. One more breath here. And then releasing the foot back to your Supta Baddha Konasana legs, just for a moment, pausing and maybe noticing if anything feels a little bit more open. Maybe they still feel tight, that's okay. And then come into a happy baby. Again, maybe grabbing for the outer the backs of the knees, the outer thighs, the ankles, the shins, whatever you can get a grip of, to pull the knees down and wide as you flex your feet up to the sky. As you press your lower back down, you can rock a little bit side to side on your lower back. And we'll take a slightly different variation of happy baby. So take your hands and grab the insides of your ankles and nuzzle your elbows to the inner knees. And then use your elbows. It's this action of kind of pulling the elbows apart. You're gonna pull the elbows apart, push the knees wider, and create a deeper stretch in the inner thighs and the hips. So keep pulling the knees down, flex your feet, and really use your elbows, pressing them to the right and the left sides so that you feel that stretch there. Lower back stays connected to the ground, just here for one more breath. And one more breath out. And then release that hip stretch, bring both knees into your chest. You can kind of give them a little squeeze, maybe you rock a little bit side to side. Eventually grabbing the hamstrings and rocking up and down the length of the spine a few times. So you come up to a seat, and then do the same thing that you were doing on your back. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, except now you're sitting up. Sit up nice and tall and straight. Reach your arms up to the sky as you take a breath in. And exhale, hands come back down to heart center. Had a little hiccup. Inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky, palms connect. And exhale, hands together to your heart. This time, arms reach up to the sky. As you exhale, the right hand will come behind your back. Reach with your left hand and grab for the right knee. And you're just twisting the body here. Just a simple twist, lifting up as you inhale and twisting a little bit deeper as you exhale. And then maybe you're still feeling the inner thighs, the hips getting a stretch. As you inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes behind you, right hand grabs the left knee as you twist over your left shoulder, twist to the left, and we gaze back. Again, just kind of inviting the twist shape into your body. Doesn't have to be anything too intense or crazy, just kind of seeing how it feels to twist here for a moment. And then as you inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Take your hands to your outer knees and close your knees together like you're closing a book. So the feet plant on the ground. And then you'll rock forward to a forward fold. So maybe use your fingertips on the ground to lift your seat up. Rock forward, lift your bum all the way up to the sky as you straighten your legs, walking your hands out in front of you. Look at your feet so that they're hips distance. And then bend your knees enough so the belly rests on your thighs. Grab opposite elbows and find a ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe sway a little side to side here. Really just let everything go, get nice and gooey. And then switch the grip of the elbows so the opposite forearm comes on top. You can keep swaying and moving as that feels right for you. And let your hands come all the way down to the ground. Keep a little bend to the knees as you start to slowly round yourself all the way up to stand. Roll your shoulders down and back once you get up there. And let's take hands to heart center. With the eyes closed, if you want to set an intention for your class, maybe it's just to be present, to stay grounded, to remember to breathe, or to release anything that you need to let go of. Blink your eyes back open into the space if they're not already. And as you inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, palms together to touch. Exhale, dive and fold. Bend your knees, let your hands come all the way down. Inhale to a flat back, pull the chest forward. Keep that little bend to your knees. And as you exhale, plant the palms and step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Then step your right foot all the way back to the mat, so you're in a plank. In your plank, pause here. It's almost like you're trying to drag the heels of the hands and the toes together. So it's nice and tight. Pull the chest forward, look forward, shift forward, and then use your knees or not. I'm going to use my knees for this first one. Start to come all the way down to your belly, lowering with control. Inhale to a baby cobra. Just lift the chest up. Pause, roll the shoulders back. It's almost like you're trying to drag the hands back as the tops of the feet root. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, lower down and tuck your toes. Inhale, press up through a plank, And then go back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Since this is the first down dog, find a little movement, maybe bend the knees, shake the hips out, wiggle it out, roll your head around. Get into your body. And then start to find stillness and refine your down dog. So maybe find a little longer stance. Keep a little bend to the knees as you lift your sit bones up higher. Press your chest back to your thighs and breathe here. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee and open up your hips. So the shoulders don't open, just the right hip. So press your right armpit down towards the ground and lift your right knee up higher to the sky. And then as you inhale, go back to a straight right leg, square your hips. Look forward and take a big step forward. Place your right foot wide to kind of towards the right pinky. So it's this wide lizard lunge. Let the hips go forward and down as you open up your chest here. Again, we'll call this a lizard lunge. Take one more breath to really open up the chest, letting the hips go down. And then eventually just put your left knee on the mat. You can always slide a blanket underneath your knee if you need a little support. The left hand stays down. Start to reach your right arm up and over your head. Reach it all the way towards the back of the room to open up the right shoulder. And then add the left foot, curl the left heel to the bum, maybe reaching around and grabbing for the outer foot, outer ankle, and then kicking back into it to open up the shoulder even more. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot, let your right knee go out to the side a little bit as you just find this big opening kind of twist, back bend. One more breath here. Exhale to release hand and foot down. Take an inhale, lift your left knee back up to that lizard lunge. And as you exhale, keep the hands on the inside of the right foot, straighten the right leg, and pull the right toes back towards your face. So it's kind of a wide, modified pyramid. Keep trying to pull the right hip back, and then fold over that straightish right leg. You can always use blocks or your props, whatever you grab, underneath your hands like this. I'll show you on the highest height. So it looks something like this, totally cool. Or maybe you don't need them, that's fine too. One more breath wherever you are. And then as you inhale, rebend your right knee, gaze and chest go forward. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and sit down into a yogi squat. So options for yogi squat. You can be high up like this with your elbows kind of resting on the knees, the thighs. We'll call this camper's pose. Or maybe you're all the way down, nuzzling your knees into the inner elbows. The bum is low, the hands are to the heart. You can always sit on the block here. Wherever you are in your yogi squat is fine, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the hips and the inner thighs. Open the chest, one more breath here. And then exhale to a fold. Hands down, lift your hips up, wiggle the feet back to hips distance, let the head hang. Inhale to a chair, bend your knees and sweep your arms up to the sky. Doesn't have to be the deepest chair, the feet are still hips distance. Maybe try to lower the bum as if you were going to sit back in the chair, but then lift up your arms, your heart a little bit more. Take one more breath here. And then exhale to fold. Hands down, let the head release. Inhale to a flat back, pull the chest forward. Plant the palms and step your left foot to the back of the mat. This time straighten your right leg so the hands are framing the right foot. The left heel is up, it's like that modified pyramid. Root your fingertips down to the ground. Don't move your hands. Just a turn of the toes. Allow the toes to go to the left. Stay looking forward. Again, hands don't move, toes turn to the left. And then bend your left knee. That's your back knee. And then feel the inner right thigh get a nice stretch. Your hands can definitely be on blocks here. You can be up. That's totally fine. Or maybe you're on your fingertips. I like fingertips so I can lean back into it. Stretch the inner right thigh. Take one more breath. And then inhale to come back to center. Bend your right knee. Look forward, the lunge. Exhale, step up to the top of the mat. Feet hips distance. Hang the head heavy. Forward fold. Inhale, start to bend your knees. Round and roll yourself up to stand. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Maybe see the palms connect. And then exhale, hands come together at your heart. Inhale, arms sweep back up. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale to a flat back. This time, plant the palms, the right foot steps back. Plant the palms, the left foot steps back. Plank pose. Find your strong plank. Do all the things. Pull the hands back as you push the toes forward. Take one more breath in. Knees are knocked. Start to come all the way down to your belly, lowering with control. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest, tops of the feet root. Exhale, lower down and tuck your toes. Inhale, plank, press straight up. And exhale, you're back in downward facing dog. Just one breath here to find a little bit more stillness than you did before. And then inhale, take your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee and open up your hip. So you're squeezing the right glute in towards the midline to lift the left knee up more. Again, square your armpits, your shoulders to the ground. Inhale, go back to that straight left leg, square hips. Exhale, step your left foot wide to the outside of the left pinky. Maybe your hands are on blocks, fingertips, whatever works. Find your lizard lunge as you open up your chest, think up dog, letting your hips go a little bit lower. So melt them down and forward, opening up the chest. One more breath here. And then just drop your right knee down to the ground. Right hand stays planted, left arm goes up and over your head. Open up the left shoulder, maybe looking back. And then add the foot. Right heel curls to the right bum. You can stay here, hand and foot do not have to connect. Or maybe you do grab for the outer foot, outer ankle, kick back into it. Again, option to let the sole of the left foot come up off the ground as you let the left knee go a little wider. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then exhale, release hand and foot to the ground. Back to lizard lunge, right knee lifts, breath in. Exhale, start to straighten your left leg, flex your left toes, let the head hang heavy. Pull that left hip back. It's almost like you're trying to squeeze the inner thighs together as you let the head hang. Again, hands can be on blocks here, whatever is working for you today. Inhale, re-bend your left knee, gaze and chest go forward. Exhale to yogi squat. Step your right foot wide, coming down low, hands to heart center. Again, you can be up in camper's pose. You can sit on the block. Wherever you are, open your chest. Press the knees wide with your elbows, but at the same time, the elbows press back into your knees. Or knees to elbows, elbows to knees. So you create a little resistance there. Just breathing into those hips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands down, hips lift. Wiggle the feet back to hips distance. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees. Round yourself up to chair. Arms lift. Sit a little bit deeper than you did before. Pubic bone to belly button. Stay out of your lower back. Take one more breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back to that low lunge. And then straighten your left leg, traditional modified pyramid. Root your fingertips down, don't move your hands. Just dial all 10 toes to face the right. Bend your right knee, that's your back knee. Really press down through the outer edge of the left foot and breathe into the opening of the inner left thigh. The gaze can still be forward, leaning away from it. Take one more breath. Inhale, all toes face forward, look forward, the lunge. Exhale, step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, stand to rise, sweep your arms up, palms connect. Exhale, hands together to your heart. Flowing through that with our breath. One breath per movement. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back. Step the left foot back, plank pose. Come all the way down to your belly, lowering with control. Inhale, just a baby cobra, small lift of the chest. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes. Plank, press straight up. And you're back in downward facing. Inhale, right leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and open the hip. Inhale, re-straighten your right leg. Exhale, step the foot towards the right pinky, nice and wide. Take an inhale, open up the chest in your lizard. Exhale, drop the left knee down. Inhale, right arm reaches up and over your head. Exhale, maybe add the foot. Take an inhale here, open up a little bit more as you kick back. Exhale, release hand and foot. Inhale, left knee lifts, lizard lunge. Exhale, straighten the right leg, pull the right toes back. Do that again. Inhale, bend your right knee, chest forward. Exhale, straighten the leg. One more time. Inhale, bend the knee, almost like you're pumping that right leg. Exhale, straighten, wide, modified pyramid. Inhale, this time, bend the knee, look forward. Exhale, yogi squat. Step the left foot wide, hands to heart, hips low. Just one breath here to open the heart. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Wiggle the feet back to hips distance. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your arms high. Exhale, dive, go right back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, turn all toes to the left. Inhale, bend your back knee. Stay as you breathe out, get a little bit deeper. Inhale, back to low lunge, all toes face forward. And exhale, you're back up to the top of the mat. Stepping up, hang low. Inhale, stand to rise, reach your arms high to the sky, palms together to touch. Exhale, hands at your heart. Other side, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step your right foot back. Inhale, left foot back. You're in a plank shift forward. Come all the way down into your belly with control. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up, three-legged. Exhale, bend the knee to open up the hip. Inhale, back to a straight left leg, square hips. Exhale, step the foot wide. Inhale, lift the chest, pull it forward. Exhale, the right knee lowers down. Inhale, left arm reaches up and over your head. Exhale, heel to bum. Maybe grab for that right foot, kick back, open up, one breath here. Exhale, release hand and foot. Inhale, right knee lifts back to lizard. Exhale, straighten your left leg, flex the left toes. Two more like that. Inhale, bending your left knee. Exhale, straightening it out. One more time. Inhale to the knee bends. Exhale, straighten, modified pyramid. Inhale, this time knee bends. Step the right foot up, find your yogi squat. One breath here, push those knees wide. Exhale, fold, wiggle the feet back to hips distance. Inhale, chair, bend your knees, the deepest one yet. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, the left leg straightens. Exhale, turn all 10 toes to the right. Inhale, bend your right knee, your back knee. Stay as you breathe out, lean into it. Inhale, re-bend the knee as the toes face forward. Low lunge, and then you step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Stand to rise, sweep the arms high to the sky, palms together to touch. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Pause for a moment. With the eyes closed, just be still. And let all that movement settle. Can you be still here and just listen to the sound of your own breath? We'll move through some Surya A's, some sun salutations together. Open your eyes back up into the space if they're not already. Your feet can be about hips distance, or maybe you choose to take big toes together, little sliver in between the heels. If your hips are tighter, I would suggest feet hips distance. You choose what works best. Surya A's. Inhale, sweeping the arms high. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plank. Step it on back. Inhale in plank. You can come down to the belly, or maybe it's time for chaturanga. Bend your elbows 2 to 3 inches. Inhale, upward facing dog, or stick with baby cobra from the belly. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. So in these 3 A's, you have the option to modify. Take what variation works for you as we move through a few more. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Exhale, 2 big steps up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Round 2, inhale, sweeping the arms high. Exhale, dive and fold. Flat back, inhale, pull it forward. Exhale, vinyasa, stepping back through a plank. You can always shoot back. Maybe again, chaturanga to upward facing, or baby cobra, or maybe you're just holding plank. Cat-cows work as well. Any variation that works for you, meeting in downward facing dog, pausing and breathing in stillness. One more breath here. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Maybe you hop up to the top, just get up there lightly. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stand up, circling the arms high. And exhale, hands come together at your heart. One last round. Pick the variation that works for you. You can always skip these flows. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, diving and folding. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, vinyasa. Kneeling in down dog. Once again, finding stillness from that movement. Take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, look at your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, lightly travel to the top of the mat to a fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold. Stay folded and separate your feet about hips distance. You'll make an X shape with your arms like this and grab opposite ankles with your hands. Bend your elbows out, pull the crown of the head down. As you bend your knees, rest your belly on your thighs and really try to find a deeper forward fold here. Left hand stays grabbing the outer right ankle. Start to reach your right arm up to the sky. Bend your left knee, nuzzling the left knee towards the armpit. As you find a twist, reaching your right arm up. One more breath like this. And then exhale, you can reach the right arm forward and all the way down to grab the outer left ankle. Switching sides, left arm goes up to the sky. Twist up, bend your right knee in towards the outer right armpit. Pull on the ankle to find a deeper twist. Reach your left arm high, last breath in. And then exhale, circle it down and forward, grabbing the outer right ankle to fold. Inhale, start to reach your arms up, let go of the ankles, touch your palms together. Exhale, hands at your heart. We'll come back to chair pose. This time, if you want to touch the big toes together with a little sliver in between your heels, option, or back to feet hips distance with your feet. You choose. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, chair, bend your knees nice and deep, sink it low. Pause here. Do a really good chair pose. And then keep chair on your legs, just take your hands together to your heart. You'll inhale to shift the weight forward slightly, and exhale, twist to the right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, palm to palm, sink your bum down and open up your right shoulder. Prayer twist, just for 3, for 2. On 1, come back up to center, keep your chair legs. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, crown of the head goes forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Palm to palm, lower the bum, open up that left shoulder, pulling your right knee back. You're here for 3, 2. On one, back to chair pose just for a second, and then start to lower the bum all the way down to the ground. Once the bum lands, plant the feet and start to roll all the way down to your back. Hands come behind the head. Lift your feet up off the ground so that you're kind of like in chair pose on your back. The knees are bent in a 90-degree angle. And then we'll find some bicycle crunches here. So lift your head and your shoulders up off the ground. Bicycle crunches. Tap your opposite elbow to the opposite knee as you straighten the opposite leg out, and then switch sides. You guys know what to do. Bicycle crunches. I'm sure we've all done them before. It's very hard to talk and do these at the same time if you're doing them correctly. So I'm just going to be here with you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay down, let that go. Bring your knees into your chest. Maybe roll around a little bit, side to side on your lower back. And then grab for your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs, and start to rock up and down the length of the spine. Really get some momentum going here so that we can meet in a chair pose at the top of the mat. Maybe use your hands to get there, maybe not, but come right back up into chair. And then hold chair for 3, 2, stand up on 1, take your hands to your heart, let that all settle. Let's take hands to hips. Wiggle your feet about hips distance and start to shift all the way over into your left leg, left foot. The right knee comes up to the chest, arms up, one-legged Tadasana. So just for a moment, feel the balance on that left foot. And then keep your legs and just interlace the hands behind your back. So you're opening up your chest, keeping the balance. If you fall, you come right back into it. So give your shoulders a stretch. Reach the arms back for a moment. Open it up. And then take your interlaced hands and hook them onto the left hip. So pull the elbows together. It's almost like you're pulling your left hip back here. You'll drop your right hand off. So let go of the left hand. The right hand stays in this half bind as your left hand reaches and grabs for the outer right thigh, right knee. And then open up into the twist with your bind. So you're pulling on the left hip. You're pressing the outer right thigh into the right hand as you open up your right shoulder. And then release the knee, release the hip. Open up your arms to a T as you start to step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Wide-legged stance with wide arms. Interlace the hands back behind your back. Open up, find a back bend. Exhale, fold and dive. Bring your interlaced hands up and over your head any amount. Pull them up. Rip the mat apart with your legs and fold. And then like you just did, take your interlaced hands, hook them on that left hip. Drop off your right hand. Left hand grabs the outer right ankle. Bend your left knee. So kind of like we did before, you're looking at the right foot, but bending the left knee and open up into this twist. Rolling your right shoulder back. One more breath here. Exhale, fold, release your hands down, let the head hang. Inhale, flat back, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, back to low lunge facing the front of the room. Take an inhale to look forward, and then exhale, step up, top of the mat, fold. Inhale to rise, feet are hips distance, touch your palms together. Exhale, hands at your heart. Shift the weight into your right foot. This time the left knee comes up towards the chest and your arms go up to the sky. One-legged mountain, one-legged Tadasana. Really press down with your right foot, reach the arms up, find your balance, look at one thing to steady your gaze, and then interlace the hands behind your back again. Find a little shoulder stretch, open up your shoulders, lift your heart, and then interlace the hands that are interlaced, come to the right hip. Hook them on the right hip, drop off your left hand there, and take the right hand to grab the outside of the left knee, left thigh. And then you're kind of pulling and twisting and pushing your way into this open twist. As the gaze comes to the left, roll the left shoulder back. If you fall out, you come back into it. You're balancing, your body is adapting. You're here for 3, 2. Let go of the twist. Left foot steps all the way to the back of the mat. Big, wide-legged stance, open arms. Re-interlace the hands behind the back. Take an inhale to open the chest, look up. Exhale, fold and dive. Interlaced hands go up and over your head. Rock the weight into the toes. Keep lifting up. And then take your hands to the right hip. Drop off the left hand there. Right hand grabs the outer left ankle. Bend your right knee. That's the one towards the front of your mat. And then open up here. Twist, look up. Maybe look at the ceiling as the left shoulder opens. 3, 2, back to forward fold. Let the hands hang heavy. Let it go. Inhale, flat back. Pull the chest forward. Exhale, low lunge facing the front of the room. This time, step it back to plank. Right foot steps back. You can take a vinyasa here or skip it. We meet in down dog. I'll skip it. I'll meet you in down dog, but please feel free to flow it out if you need. Like you did before, right leg up to the sky, free-legged. Exhale, bending the knee, opening up the hip. Inhale, back to a straight right leg. Exhale, this time step the right foot next to the right thumb, traditional low lunge. Left heel spins down. Root through the heel as you reach your arms up to the sky for warrior 1. Just for a moment, I'll come out to show. The back toes are turned at an angle, kind of towards the top left corner of the mat. Your right hip is pulling back as you bend into the right knee. And then think about pressing so strongly into the outer edge of the left foot. So the pose is in the back leg, arms are up high. Warrior 1. Interlace the hands behind your back. Take an inhale to open the chest. And then exhale, humble warrior. Start to bow down. Chest goes forward. You can land the belly on that right thigh. You can always be a little bit on the inside of the leg. You choose. Let the head go here. And still root through the outer edge of the left foot as you give your shoulders a stretch. Humble warrior. 1 more breath. And then let your hands come all the way down to the ground, straight in your right leg, traditional pyramid. So the left heel is still connected. If you have to shorten your stance or grab blocks and put them underneath your hands, really great thing to do. You can shorten your stance just enough as you need to keep the outer left foot down. Square the hips and fold over that leg. Just 1 more breath. Start to flatten the back. I like something underneath the left hand here, maybe a block or whatever prop you're using. Start to twist open to the right, reach your right arm up to the sky, maybe taking a half bind like you've been doing, or maybe even hand to the hip or the lower back for support. Keep rooting down through your feet, press them down, roll the right shoulder back, twisting triangle, 1 more breath here. Right arm releases if it's in a bind. Take it down, start to turn all 10 toes to the left, walk your hands left, you're back in this wide-legged fold, this time towards the left side of the room. And then come to a flat back, turn your heels in, toes out. Let me move my blocks really quick. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, walk your hands up to the thighs, the tops of the thighs, and you'll find goddess pose. Goddess. Take a moment with your hands on your legs, just kind of rock, kind of breathe into these hips. Wherever they're at today is fine. And then maybe take a little twist. Take your left shoulder into the middle. Keep kind of pressing your knees apart and wide as you twist to the right. And then come back to center. And then twist to the left as you drop your right shoulder in the middle, pressing the knees wide still. Come back to center, maybe go even lower, taking your elbows to the inner thighs and your knees. You can rock a little bit side to side here, really get into your hips. And then try to stay that low, lift your heart, drop the tail, arms up to the sky, holding goddess for 3, for 2. On 1, straighten the legs, parallel the feet, and then exhale to fold right back down. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, crawl the hands forward, step it back to a plank. You can find a vinyasa in your plank or skip it and go back to down dog. Meeting there in 2 breaths. Inhale, the left leg reaches up, 3-legged. Exhale to bend the knee and open up the hip. Inhale, left leg re-straightens. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge. Right heel spins down. Through the right heel, driving down, you reach your arms up to the sky, finding your warrior 1. Right toes turning in. Try to bend that left knee, but really put the pose in the back leg. So feel it plant down as you work to square your hips, knowing that it's super hard to do in this pose. 1 more breath. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Take an inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Bowing down, belly towards the left thigh. Bend into that left knee. Cut the hips to the right so you find those square hips. Make sure there's still energy coming out of that right leg. Head is heavy, shoulders are getting a stretch. 1 more breath. And then to a pyramid, hands down, straighten your left leg. Maybe blocks come underneath your hands or you shorten your stance. You choose. Let the head hang heavy. Magnetize the inner thighs together. And then lift up the chest to a flat back. Something underneath your right hand, either fingertips or a block. Start to find a twisting triangle. Left arm up to the sky as you twist. Again, maybe to the hip, the lower back, or finding a half bind. Anything you can do to open up, to twist. Keep your feet planted, the legs are active and strong. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze the inner thighs together. And then if your hand is bound, release it. Big breath in to reach it up and over the head. Turn all toes to the right. Crawl your hands in between your legs. Wide-legged fold. Inhale, come up, heels in, toes out. Walk your hands up the thighs, the knees, and find your goddess on the other side. This time we'll do something a little bit different. Sorry that I'm not facing you. Take your hands together at your heart and sink down into your goddess. So the legs stay the same. We'll just move the arms 3 times here. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands together, sink a little lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Lower. Inhale, last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sink your hips low in your goddess and then straighten everything out as you inhale. Arms reach back up to the sky. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, crawl the hands forward to the front of your mat. Step the left foot back to a plank. One last vinyasa if you want. Flow it out. Do your thing. We meet in down dog. And then from down dog, drop your knees down to the ground, maybe widening them a little bit, even to the edges of the mat as you find a child's pose. Walk your hands forward, relax the elbows and the head on the mat, and breathe. So stay in your child's pose. I'm just gonna come up so that you can hear me as I talk. Start to shift your energy in this child. So taking those long inhales and exhales in and out of your nose, just like you took at the top of class. Shift the energy and start to kind of settle as we bring things down. From here on out, get nice and gooey, nice and stretchy. 1 more breath. And then let's meet back in a down dog. So come back up to tabletop, tuck your toes, and find downward facing dog. Roll through to your plank. And then come all the way down to your belly, slowly with control. Taking some belly down back bends here. Interlace the hands behind your back. Root the tops of the feet down, the pubic bone down, and start to pull the interlaced hands back to open up the chest. Rolling the shoulders back, maybe lift the kneecaps here. You can stay here, maybe the toes lift up as well. Not really concerned about how high you can go. Think about lengthening, get long. You're trying to touch the toes to the back of the room, the head to the top of the room. Get longer as you reach for 3, 2, and then let go. Release your hands, turn your gaze to look in one direction. Belly Shavasana. You can wiggle your hips here a little side to side, just releasing any tension. And then option to do what we just did one more time, the hands interlaced behind the back. If you're doing that, work one more time, maybe finding a funkier grip with the opposite thumb on top, or coming into a floor bow. Reach your arms back, bend your knees, curl your heels to your bum, and reach for the outer ankles, outer feet. And then kick back and let that be what lifts the shoulders, the head, the chest up. Put an imaginary block between your thighs. Squeeze it as you really kick back. Your thighs can stay on the ground or they can lift up here. You choose, just finding something that works for you. Press the pubic bone down, take one more breath wherever you are. And then exhale, slowly release. Try not to slingshot the feet as you release them. Turn your gaze to look in the opposite direction. And just breathe. Maybe wiggle the hips a little side to side, again, releasing any tension. And close your eyes here, just 2 breaths. And then turn your gaze back down to center. Take your hands by your rib cage. Push up to just a gentle seat, taking your bum all the way back to your heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can always sit cross-legged, or you can maybe take a block and put it underneath your seat, in between your feet. You can always sit on something so you're sitting up nice and tall and straight. We've already done a lot of twisting, so we don't need anything too intense, just a little twist to counter that back bend. Take your right hand behind your back on the ground. Take your left hand to the outer right thigh and just give yourself a gentle seated twist. And then come back to center and just switch sides. Left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Sit up nice and tall and straight, and then exhale to twist a little deeper. Just to counter the back bending. And then come back to center, and we'll take a few seated cat-cows. Sliding the hands behind you, press them down and open up your chest here. Think cow pose. Exhale, think cat as you grab your knees and round your spine, lean back. Do that again. Inhale, open up the chest, hands behind you, lift the gaze, the heart. Exhale, seated cat, grab your knees, chin tucked to chest as you lean back. One more time, really use your breath, inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. And then just come back up to a neutral spine, swing your hips off to one side so you can extend your legs out long in front of you. And we'll come to a seated forward fold. Move the bum flush out from underneath your bum so you're really feeling your sit bones as you ground down, sitting up nice and tall and straight. Reach your arms high to the sky as you breathe in. And then exhale, fold up and down over your legs. Maybe grabbing for the sides of your feet. If hands and feet don't connect, you can grab your ankles, your shins. You can also separate your feet a little bit and bend your knees if that's easier for you to fold. Or maybe you passively drape the arms down alongside. Let the chin tuck to the chest, let the shoulders round, and fold yourself down. Again, wherever you are is fine, but do allow the head to relax. Allow everything to relax, your shoulders rounding. Just be here for 2 more breaths. As you inhale, slowly start to crawl your way back up, stacking the head above the heart. Take any water or anything else that you need here before you make your way all the way onto your back. We'll keep the knees bent with the feet on the ground as you come all the way down. From here, figure for your right ankle on top of the left knee, left thigh, and then thread the needle. The right hand threads through the hole you created, left hand on the outside of the left leg, either grabbing for the back of the left hamstring or even the front of the left shin. Flex your right toes so that you protect your knee joint. Press the right knee forward as you pull the left knee in and find your hip stretch. So we've been working a lot with the inner thighs, the hips and that kind of the inner hips. So this maybe gets into the outer hip a little bit more, glute. You might feel it there as you keep pressing the right knee forward and bringing your left knee in. Breathing here. Again, letting whatever needs to be released, get released. Try to just let the pose do the work for you. Where else can you relax? Two more breaths. And then gently just release your left foot down. Maybe extend your right leg up. You can shake the right ankle out. Put your right foot down and switch sides. Left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Thread the needle. Grab the right hammy, the right shin, whatever is accessible as you flex your left toes. Press the left knee wide as you pull that right knee in. So the head, the shoulders are relaxed on the ground. Just breathing into that left side. And it could feel very different than the right side. It probably does. That's okay. Just acknowledging the differences. No judgment. For a lot of us, the left side is way tighter. So just breathe into it. We're here for about 2 more breaths. Keep pushing the left knee forward, pulling the right knee in. And slowly let that go. Right foot steps down. Reach your left leg up to the sky. Maybe shake the ankle out. And then place it down to the ground. Last final pose, happy baby. So come back to what we first did at the top of class. Maybe it's grabbing underneath the knee pits, the sides of the legs, the ankles, or the sides of the feet, but press the lower back down and maybe rock side to side here, massaging that lower back. You can straighten one leg, you can straighten the other leg, and straighten both legs. But just kind of noticing how and if this feels different than the very first happy baby that you took at the beginning of class. Hopefully your hips feel a little bit more open. Let's release that. Take both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins so you pull the thighs into the belly. And then lift your forehead up to your knees. Round yourself in a little ball. Squeezing here for 3, 2, on 1, release and let go. Final resting pose. Extend your legs nice and long, your arms long, toes flop out to the sides, palms up to the sky. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Laying here for as long as you need to. If it feels better to be in a comfortable seat, you can always do that. You can bend your knees in Shavasana. Whatever feels comfortable, and I encourage you to take time here to lay, to rest, to feel all the benefits of this beautiful practice, all the work that you did, and releasing anything that did or did not happen. Shavasana is really the most important part of the practice. So again, I encourage you to stay here. I'll leave you here. Stay as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.